Sarah from the Sarah Fraser Show. It's so good to be back with you. How are you, my love?
Rachel, I'm so good. How are you? Oh my,
I'm great.
I'm a little under the weather. I'm like losing my voice.
I
Anyway,
hear it. I
crazy,
hear
but
it. Why are you under the weather? What have you been up to in this last month and a half since I've seen you?
uh, I think too busy. That's why. Well, just like first of all, being a mom to a three and a
Mhm.
half year old, that there's always germs. Um, and then I've been working on this talk show pilot. I've been working on my podcast course that will finally be coming out in December.
So
And
exciting.
I know I can't wait. I'm so excited to help creators because I know we're going to talk a little election, but this is exciting for you. And I think for myself, anybody that's even thought about or has a podcast, but podcasts really tipped that presidential election, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Um, Rogan and Theo Vaughn and so many, and even Call Her Daddy. I mean, that was such a huge viral moment. I heard somebody say to me the other week that podcasting is really only in its third inning. And I'm like, damn. I mean, if this were ever the time to launch a podcast, it is that presidential election should have showed you what the future of media is. And it's not on cable television. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is that I feel like so many people want to start something. So many people want to work for themselves. So many people have something to say, but are really scared to do it and to just start. And I know even for me, for years, I had wanted to figure out a way to have a platform and a voice. So for me, it's been great. I think your course is going to be unbelievable. It'll be really helpful for people that have been scared to take the leap. So I'm really excited to see what the course is all about and very proud of you. What is this talk show that you've been doing now? I've been seeing on your Instagram some clips. You're obviously in a new studio. Is that the studio of the talk show or is that totally different?
No, it's totally different. It's a podcasting company that I use out here in LA.
Mhm.
They're amazing. Not sponsored, by the way. You podcaster. So if you live in Los Angeles or you want to do a podcast, book them. They're amazing. And no, I've been just kind of even trying to come up with the concept. I think the thing is people are not people our age, younger, are not watching traditional TV.
Yeah.
So what's been such a challenge about this pilot and how we kind of initially shot it was a very old school kind of talk show.
Mhm.
And just the feedback and kind of our own assessment of it is like it's just not going to work anymore. It's not really working.
Mm.
And a lot of the talk shows that are still on TV are really there because there's nobody to replace them. There's nothing else. And not to say that the women and some of the guys that are doing shows aren't talented, but it's just they're not getting viewers. They're not growing viewership. People, it's not must-see TV.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to come up with a pilot. Like, what is that? What is it on the street stuff? Is it, and I think too, this presidential election showed a real here in America, people are really don't like celebrities. They're tired of celebrities. They want ordinary people, ordinary stories, things they can really relate to, not somebody that's twerking or I mean, I love my Lady O, my Oprah so much, but I just think it's just not, it doesn't work anymore. It's not what it was 20 years ago. So it's
Yeah.
been really hard to figure out what is that show
Well,
that,
why wouldn't it? I mean, I'm just spitballing at the moment. Why wouldn't it just be what your show is now, but in a way to watch it, whether it's on a streaming network or in video form? I have this goal that I would love to see my show on an airplane. Like you have 30-minute
yeah,
segments you could watch, and it's all different people and stories. And I started this podcast with the thinking that I want to be talking to celebrities who have been misunderstood, who have been reduced to a headline. They're on a mission to change their narrative. But that soon morphed into talking to experts and talking to authors and talking to politicians and athletes, not just people who were like, pop culture stars. And then it turned into ordinary people with extraordinary stories, not just ordinary stories, because there are plenty of people that don't realize their stories are extraordinary. They're interesting. They're stories of that are so they're relatable because you've gotten yourself out of some situation or you've gone through some sort of trauma, and maybe the situations aren't the same, but the feelings are very understandable around the world. So I just love those kind of stories. So I think, I know you cover a lot of
yeah.
reality TV, but even just, doing that in a way that people can stream it and watch you do it in a format where it's a talk show is a great idea. It's something that I've not necessarily a talk show, but wanting to see my short form interviews in a way that people can watch it and enjoy it. So I get wanting that.
No, and you're right. And, maybe I think that's in filming this whole, kind of pilot is like, maybe it is what my show is now. And it's
Mhm.
just figuring out how do you make that bigger? How do you make like maybe a one segment thing that people like know the Sarah Fraser show
Mhm.
for? Like, Ask Wendy or Wendy had hot topics. I mean, that could have really been the entire show, right? Hot one
Exactly.
show on YouTube that's just about going and eating extremely hot wings, right? Yeah, I think it's just missing that one thing, but I really do feel like I already have it. And then it's just taking it and bringing it to the next level. And
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's
that's
trial
where,
and error to see how
yeah,
people consume it. Yeah.
totally, totally.
All
So
right.
that's where it's at. Yeah, that's everything I've
Can't
been.
cannot wait to see it. Really excited about it. I just wanted to follow up with people that did listen to us before. We had done a giveaway or a contest, excuse me,
Oh,
for someone to get 2 free tickets to the Eagles. A wonderful listener who was a long-lasting listener of both of our shows. One, her name was Cindy, or is Cindy. And what ended up happening was that she couldn't get herself to Las Vegas at any time in the near future. We were able to get her tickets for whenever she wanted, but she decided that she wanted to do something a little closer home. So she went to last weekend, she went to the Commanders. Am I getting this right? And Steelers game.
oh,
Or
nice.
if I'm wrong, tell me. But Steelers and somebody or other.
Wait, and wasn't it our girl Kathy, or was her real name Cindy? Am I
Oh,
getting that wrong?
no, you're right. It's
It's
Kathy.
fine. No, no, no. I mean, people don't. You're having severe back pain, and you're
I
you're
am. Everybody, I
dedicated.
wasn't going to say
It's
this to everyone, but I had to take a muscle relaxer 2 hours ago. So my brain is like, "Toodaloo."
just
But
tell
Kathy,
everybody.
Cindy, I love
Kathy,
her. I don't want to get her name wrong. I
she's
should have gotten
awesome.
it right. But anyway, so she went to the game. She posted pictures from there. The seats were incredible. They had the best time. She brought her son. And so, anyways, I feel really good about it. And, hopefully another time soon we'll do another giveaway because I think it's really fun to be able to see people enjoy things that we were able to provide. So,
Yes, and thank you to you because that was your idea to do it. People wrote us incredible reviews on both of our shows and subscribed. And Kathy sent us this awesome picture of she and her son, like that you mentioned at the
mhm.
game. They look so good. So I'm so
And
happy. She's an
and
awesome
they
person.
looked like they were having the best time, good weather, and again, they had great seats. So I want to give a shout out to my boy Sean Tucker, who provides the best seats at tickets if you guys are interested in any
Ah,
sort of concert. I don't know, anything like from comedy to a huge, oh, that's a cute picture. Yeah.
I love
Comedy
it.
to a stadium show. He has tickets to anything, and you can DM me to get his direct number.